I'm looking for something. You know, I usually don't do the haul videos with my face. I usually like lay them out on my bed. Today I decided to do them like this. Yay! Okay, what was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna use hand sanitizer. Okay, so first I'm gonna show you something that I've been working on. You've seen it in another video, I believe. Um, it is an extra wide scarf. You could probably call it a wrap because it's 15 inches wide, or right close to 15 inches wide. And it is done in violet. Now it's very long. I mean, this is folded in half the long way and folded in half the short way. So, I I'm not sure what to call this yet. I have a couple ideas, just not quite sure. I have about 10 rows to go, and I will be finished with this. Thank you, Jesus. It's taken me 3 skeins. That's why I said in the last video, I believe, that I was going to, maybe not the last video, maybe the video before, I don't remember, that I was going to try to start buying 4 skeins at a time, 4 of the same colorway, to make sure that, you know, because if you only buy one, if you don't really care about the dye lot, which I don't, the colorway I care about, not necessarily the dye lot, although I do think that this dye lot is just slightly different. And so this is the violet, the Roll With It tweed violet. Again, 296 yards, 100% acrylic, number 4. And so that's going to go into this. Now, do you want to see what it looks like? I showed you what it looks like folded, and see, it was folded. So one side, you can see the twisted cable or twisted chains or whatever, and I did twist them. So the twisted, you know, whatever you want to call them. There's 2 on one side, and there's 1 on the other side. So that's what it looks like. And I really like how this turned out. So, who knows what I'm going to do with it. I had thought about giving it to my sister. I don't know. Maybe I will still. She likes the color purple, or she used to like the color purple. I think she still does. I don't think she's really a scarf and hat person, but I'm still going to make a scarf and hat set. And possibly if I can get fingerless gloves. Fingerless gloves? Yeah, fingerless gloves out of it, I will do that too. So, if you all go to Michael's, and I know probably almost 100% of you do, unless you live out of the country and then you don't have a Michael's. So if you go to Michael's, Saturday, today, which is the day that I'm filming this, and it will upload today. So today they had a coupon from 3 p.m. to close to use $20 off of a $50 purchase on almost everything. Now, there was exclusions, but before I made the choice, I'm gonna ramble a little bit before I finish this. Sort of. So before I made the choice to go get it, to actually go to Michael's, my decisions to go, and when I say into town, I live, first of all, I don't live close to buses. I have a bus that comes almost, well, between a half a mile and 3/4 of a mile away from my house. I don't have a vehicle right now. I haven't had a vehicle for a while. Um, so I, during the week, I go do my business. I go, whether I need to go to the grocery store, if I need to go to the craft store, to Michael's, Joann's. A funny thing about that, hobby, anywhere in town, because I live kind of out of town-ish, sort of. And so for me to go into town is a kind of a big deal. When I first didn't have a car, I was bound determined that I was not going to let that stop me from going into town. Since I was gonna plug this in too. Sorry. There we go. Oh, we won't lose anything. Okay, so since then, I don't go into town as much. If I need to go into town, I don't go into town just to go into town. I have to have a strict, purposeful reason to go into town. Okay, so Thursday, I was going to go into town and get a few groceries and get a few things and go to Michael's and go to Joann's because I was going to hit up the $6.49 on the latte cakes. And I get rides for my doctor's appointments. My ride didn't show up to pick me up. Thank goodness that there is a bus right close to physical therapy. I basically, I said, still look for a ride for me, but I'm taking the bus home. So I took the bus home, which then caused me to not go on that particular bus to Joann's and Michael's because I had to come home and drop off my crochet and pick up my backpack. Like I said, when I go anywhere, I usually take my crochet. I think I've said that in a video before. I always take my crochet almost everywhere that I go, so that if I have a few minutes here or there, I can work on it. I didn't do that today, and I'm really sorry that I didn't, because I probably could have gotten a whole leg done and a half a body, which really irritates me. Because I had to wait an hour for the bus. Now, the buses don't run on the weekends every 20 to 30 minutes like they do during the week. They only run every hour. So, what I do is I take a lift into town. So I had to make the choice of whether I wanted to actually go for the sale. Well, the latte cakes were $6.49. Plus I had a coupon for $20 off of 30 or $20 off of 50. And I was like, there is no way that I'm going to pass this up. But I had to wait till 3 o'clock. So I left my house at 2. I took the lift into town. And I usually take it to the closest point to where, so for instance, I went a little out of the closest point. My closest point from my house to the bus is Big Lots. Well, if you know nothing about the area, you don't even know what I'm talking about. So Big Lots is about 2.5 to 3 miles from my house. That's the closest point to catch a bus. I instead had them take me to Walgreens. That is not the closest point. However, it is the closest point between my house and Michael's. And I don't have to take more than one bus. So I was dropped off at Walgreens. And then I took the bus to Michael's. Michael's is across from Joann's, so then I went to Joann's. After I got done at Joann's, I then went over to the bus stop. As I'm waiting for the light to change, the bus crosses traffic and is at the bus stop. So I have to wait for that traffic to stop before I can go across the street. As I'm waiting, the bus drives off. I tried to flag the bus driver down, some of them, and he was, I don't know whether he was looking at me, but he looked like he was looking at me. Whether he was or not, you know, whatever. So I had an hour-long wait at the bus stop. Needless to say, I wasn't happy. I'm very happy that I did go to Michael's. I'm very happy that I did go to Joann's because I used my $5 reward at Joann's, so I didn't have to pay hardly anything for the violet. Yay. And I also got the latte cakes for $6.49 a piece and $20 off of a $50 purchase. Excuse me. So that's another upside. So I will show you what else I got today. So I got 2 of each of these colors because that's all they had of each of these colors. Their latte cakes were kind of limited, which is really irritating, but you know, whatever. So this is blueberry. Yeah. This is blueberry. I really like it. I think it's a pretty color. I've never, ever, 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 ever used the latte cakes or even bought the latte cakes. So I got 2 of those. I got 2 of those. So the next color that I got, let's see. So this is, uh-oh, we're coming undone, dude. Poke you back in the package here. Poke you back in the band. Okay, so this is primrose. I said primrose earlier at the store too. Persimmon blue. So it's got like greens and like a violety blue-gray, kind of a reddish orange and a kind of a pinky something or other. So I got 2 of those. And no, I don't care about the middles either. Really not that particular about my yarn. I am occasionally when I have to be, but this is pink melon, and I wish that, first of all, I wish they had more of this. So this is the pink melon. And I love coral, and this is kind of a corally color. And the last, but certainly not least, this is Earl Grey. Oh, you know what? Oh well, it'll work. I grabbed 1 kissy kissy. That's a kissy kissy. I grabbed 1 Earl Grey. They were both in the same pile. And I didn't even look at their names. Oh well. That's okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. So, if you don't know, it's 8.8 ounces, 250 grams, 300, let's do this again, 530 yards, 485 meters, 58% acrylic, 42% nylon, machine washable and dryable, and use a K-hook. So, what am I going to do with all these? I believe I'm going to make a sweater. Now, I know there's probably a bazillion sweater patterns out there. What sweater pattern am I thinking of? Probably, well, I have one in mind for sure, and that's, it was, I believe it was posted last September on mooglyblog.com. And if I don't lose my brain cells in between now and uploading this, I will, post the address. I'll look it up and post the address. But she uses for that, it's a cardigan. I think she says it takes, I don't even remember how many, it goes, I don't remember all the details. I'll have to look them up. I will post it if my brain cells are working correctly, and I hope they are. Because I am so sorry that I forgot to post the link for the Lether collection in the link below of my last video. I did post it eventually, but I'm sorry that I didn't post it when uploaded. So I'm gonna try to post it as soon as I can. I will look for it. I will post it below the video. But it's at Moogly Blog, and I do believe it was September's, one of September's. But she did do a hygge. It was out of hygge, and I want to say it takes 6 skeins, 6 balls, 6 skeins, 6 cakes, whatever. But I don't know the yardage. Go figure. So that's one of them I'm looking at, for sure. I don't know about any other ones. There's another one that I would like to try. Like I said, I don't like doing clothes. I really would like to do a sweater. I think it would be fun. I think it would be interesting. I think, I think a lot of things. So, my eye's really bothering me today. So, I am going to close this. Oh, I'm going to show you this real quick. So I decided to work on the kitchen towel. And this is from the Lether collection box. I don't know how good you can see that. See all those colors. How that's worked up so far. So funny thing is, I can't count, oh, wait a minute, I can't count that way. Okay, there's only one direction, one side of this that I can count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29. I'm on the 30th row. And it calls for 77 rows. I will show it when it's done. I plan on making more of these, except in probably the sugar cotton yarn. I do have a cotton yarn from a sugar wheel, Yarn Bee sugar wheel from Hobby Lobby that I want to try. It's a size 3. I've got the sugar and cream yarns. Those are size 4s, so I will try those. The same pattern with different sizes of yarn. That is a 1 size. And I frequently do not... Okay. I think we often get into a rut, and that's another reason why I got the box. We often get into a rut of our favorite yarns. We have the yarns that look pretty and that feel good, and we don't use them, but we want to buy them. I mean, we buy them to hold them, not to use them. Then we have the yarns, our tried and true yarns. And what happens there is we go and we buy those yarns and we use those, and we get into a comfort zone and we constantly use the yarns that we know. I don't know if you find yourself doing that. I know I find myself doing that all the time. So, I'm going to show you something. Since I have it sitting right here, it's not done yet, so I'm not going to show you. I mean, I'll show you the edge, but again, it's not done yet. So I decided to do the edge of this. Remember, this is the virus meets dragonfly. So this is the edge and I decided to use the Tweedledee in Curacao. And I love how it looks. I love how it's looking. So I cannot wait to get this done. I'm hoping I don't have to buy more Tweedledee, but possibly I will. Who knows? So, anyway, I will let you guys go because it says that I'm running out of time. And I will get this uploaded. I will look for the link to that sweater that I'm thinking about doing in those colors. Whether I use all those colors for the one sweater or whether I get all one color for the one sweater, I don't know. It will just have to be determined amongst other things. So, I will say goodbye. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Happy yarning. See you later. Bye.